says, look, I really want to take my business to the next level. And, that's a phrase that I've heard 100 times and 1,000 times. And I said to him, okay, what does that mean? Because people will say these things like they're walking around with this question as an entrepreneur. I want to get to the next level. I want to get to the next level with no concrete idea what the heck that even means. So I'm like, okay, what does it mean? And he says, well, I'm doing pretty well. I'm in the mortgage business. Actually, I'm getting coaching from a mortgage specialist company. And, there's people in that program who are doing 3 times the business I'm doing. And I'm doing really well, but I want to get to the next level. Right off the bat, I'm like, it's never great to hear someone's goal is in comparison to somebody else, right? So that's kind of like a little, not an alarm bell, but it's like you might need to change the oil kind of light on your dashboard. So I go, well, why do you want to do it? Why do you want to get to the next level? Why do you want to triple your business? And you can, it's amazing. Look, this is why we all need other people in our lives and other help and coaches. Because you can tell he never even asked himself the question. And again, he said, well, these other people are doing it, so I can do it. I go, okay. Well, I said to him, what are you doing it for? Like, what do you need the money for? You want to triple your income? And he says, well, I want to do it for my family. Okay. So I said, well, what will you do with the money for your family? And he finally tells me that his family wants more time with him. He's actually at La Costa for a weekend away with his wife and kid. They aren't seeing eye to eye. She's complaining he's not around much, and he's at his kids' games, and he says he's there, but he's really not there. He's there physically, but he's not there mentally, and he can feel this distance growing. And I thought, wow, isn't that just so common? This is the entrepreneur's dilemma. Because on one hand, he's driven and ambitious, which I respect. He wants to achieve more, even make more money. I respect that. But on the other hand, he's driving further away from what he's working for, which in this case is family. And this is why, we talk about It's a Good Life. This is why we talk about 5 circles: spiritual, family, business, financial, personal. As I was telling my team with the podcast, I'm not an expert on each one of those areas in life. What I'm an expert is that I'm a small business owner that built a big business. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I've owned over 47 businesses I've owned. And I know what it means to be an entrepreneur while still keeping the balance, keeping my marriage together, keeping my family together, working on the finances, those kinds of things. That's what my expertise is. And that's why this show exists, to be honest with you. The last question I asked this gentleman was, why more money for the family? What was that going to do for him? And then he finally said, well, my wife spends a lot. And I said, well, do you spend a lot too? Well, yeah, when she's spending a lot, I'm spending a lot. And he wants to give his wife everything, so now I want to do everything for my kid. And I said, you want to do everything for your kid, but spend time with him. So I go, look, I'm not going to solve your problem sitting outside a coffee table, 10:30 at night outside of a restaurant. I said, so here's what's going on. First of all, you might be getting coached on your productivity, but you have not experienced real coaching. I mean, not the way Buffini Company coaches people. Because we're going to coach somebody in a way that first and foremost, we're going to have somebody working towards their values, not away from their values. Working towards basic fundamentals like having a budget, having an alignment of values, having a set of goals, all the daily, weekly action steps to achieve those goals, both in your business life and in your personal life. And so I told him, there's an old verse that says, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Now, I might sound like the biggest socialist in the world talking to you. Look, I'm a driven guy. Immigrant, came here with nothing, and I'm a driver. I've always been a driver. But along the way, I had to learn how do I drive and not lose the things I'm driving for? Right? What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul? What does it profit this guy to triple his business and lose his marriage and lose his relationship with his kids? What's he working for? So I had nothing but empathy for the guy, and I know I'm kind of giving you the short, direct version here, but this is kind of what I was put on earth to do, and this is what I built a company to do, and this is why I have hundreds of people working with me at Buffini Company. It's all we do all day long. And so if you're an entrepreneur that's in the middle of the dilemma, where you're striving to be as successful as you can and have a good business, but you also want to have a good personal life. You want to make as much money as you can, but still have a good spiritual life. You want to be active in your business, but still be healthy. I'm going to share with you a few tips, and maybe this is for you, or maybe you know someone who owns a small business who's struggling with the same balance.